Thank you for joining us today. My name is Gail Watson, President and CEO of Women Speakers Association, the go-to place for innovative leaders, change agents, and women with a message to connect, collaborate, and grow their visibility worldwide in order to fulfill her mission. And as part of helping her to do this, we are super excited to introduce you to Voices of the 21st Century, a book featuring a collection of female voices rising up to educate, guide, and inspire. And here with us today is our featured author, Natasha Clawson, a bold, brave, and brilliant woman who really shares just an amazing story. And I'd like to welcome you to the show, Natasha.
Hi, Gail. Thanks for having me today.
Great. It's great to have you. You know, I love your story because you are really a voice. I mean, you are a voice of the 21st century, but you are representing our what I like to call our today leaders. These are our up and comings. These are one who are movement, our rising stars. And I love your story about how you've had to make decisions and how you felt held back sometimes in making decisions. So why don't we just talk a little bit about your story and what has inspired you to share it in Voices of the 21st Century?
Sure. My story is actually about working, and I was in a job and there came a point where I wasn't happy there any longer. And I knew that I was ready to make a change, but despite knowing that I was ready to make a change, I was afraid. And so I stayed there probably 4 months longer than I should have, just becoming increasingly more unhappy, but more paralyzed to make a decision as that time went on. And so my story is really encouraging people to evaluate when you're feeling like that, what you need to do to make a change, because you're not serving yourself or anyone around you when you become that unhappy and that feeling of trapped.
Exactly. And I know many people are sitting here going, listening to you going, oh yeah, we've all been trapped. So how, how has this, that experience of being trapped in a job, let's just call it that, because you didn't make the change before you actually really wanted to. So how has this impacted your life today?
Well, once the change did come, so I had been waffling between going back to another corporate job or working for myself. I had entrepreneurship in my past, but again, a little bit of fear holding me back because the first time I had done it, I wasn't making enough money, but I knew in my heart it was something that I wanted to do. So when this change did come in my position, it finally gave me the liberty to either go apply for a new job or start my own business. And I said, what do I have to lose? I'll start my own business, and if it doesn't work, I'll go apply for another job. And so I am here now working on my graphic design business and helping other women in business. I've been doing it for about 6 months now, and it has been nothing short of amazing. So that's really transformed my life.
So no looking back then?
No looking back, not at this point. And who's to say that could change? I'm totally open to change. I think we all need to be a little bit more open to change. Sometimes we get stuck on being in a certain job or a certain position. Like sometimes they go, well, I'm an entrepreneur now. What if I lay that aside? I don't want to be too attached to any of those things, because we should really be focused on what's right for us right now, because that could change for any of us at any time, especially in this really fast-paced technological world. It's just more change than we've ever experienced before.
I love it because I relate to your story, that my change came later on. I love it that yours is really your step into entrepreneurhood. It's coming much earlier, and I see it a lot more with young women and really taking that leap. I know a lot of people are listening right now, and you use the word fear. There was a little bit of fear. I'm guessing there was a lot of bit of fear.
Oh yeah, no, there was a lot of fear, am I going to make enough money in my new position? Am I ever going to be able to get a position like the one that I have now? And I think that's what holds a lot of people back, because it is a paycheck. And we don't know, if we have a decent job, can we find another one? It takes us a long time to get acclimated in a new position. I know for me, probably the first 3 to 6 months are just getting to know someone, and it's like a new relationship, and it doesn't always work out somewhere else. So it really is a frightening change.
It is. So what do you expect? Like you share this part of your story, you share about creating that change. So as a reader, what would you expect me to take away from this?
Don't wait. Most choices in life, very few are irreversible or permanent. So, act now. Every time that I've held myself back in my life, I've experienced pain. And there's always going to be pain and change as well. But what I found on the other side of change is just the opportunities and possibilities that I couldn't imagine when I was holding myself back. So don't wait. You only have one life, and take chances, take risks, and if it doesn't work out, make another change.
I love this. And, I'm almost, as you speak, uh, I just, I really feel like there's so many people, because it is fear that holds us back from that change. And in your story, are you kind of sharing the magic sauce of how to overcome that fear?
Yeah, a bit. It's, I guess, inspiration too, right? Just reminding us to be aware of those things, because so much of the time it's our intention and our awareness of whether we're in a right spot or not. And sometimes we just need to hear it from someone else.
I love it. And I can't help but think right now that, if you're watching or you're listening to Natasha and her words are really resonating within you, and some names are popping into your mind that you're going, wow, I know somebody that's in that same boat, or maybe it's even yourself. I can't think of almost a better gift to give somebody would be to share Natasha's story for that inspiration, just so that they know they're not alone. And that's what I really love about you sharing this, is to let people know that they're not alone. And I'm wondering, Natasha, would there be a way, if someone thought, yeah, you know what, I know a young lady, this would be great, this would really encourage her, would there be a way to reach out to you, order the book, and have you put in some kind of personal message to the receiver of that gift?
Absolutely. I would love to do that. And you can get a hold of me and find the book on my website, which is aspiringco.com, which is spelled ASPIREENCO.com.
Okay, that's good. And I'm sure we'll have it tagged here.
Perfect. Yeah, because it is a little hard to spell.
Awesome. Okay, Natasha, that's fantastic. And we do need more voices like yours that are empowering our upcoming leaders, like I said, our rising stars right now, because I really feel that they need the support to be boosted and just know that they're in a safe place and that there's others like them out there.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. I think, especially as an entrepreneur who has done entrepreneurship more than once, when I did it as a younger person, I did feel alone, and I didn't realize what wonderful networks and resources I had around me, like the Women Speakers Association, to really help relate and get through those times. So I'm glad to have those resources now.
Love it. Thank you. Okay, just before we go, any words of wisdom you'd like to leave to that special someone right now listening to you?
Yep. Don't wait. You only have one life. So whether you need a change or whether you're perfectly happy where you're at, just consciously make that intention and know why you're at, or why you're where you're at, and make sure it's right for you.
You're awesome. All right. So make sure you reach out to Natasha through her website, get that copy of her book, and she'll even personalize her story for you. A big support. So thank you so much, Natasha. I know it was a big leap for you to jump into the book. So that's fantastic. And to our listeners, I want to thank you for joining us today. And we look forward to sharing with you again soon.